Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Storm Degree 14 here. Welcome back to another reaction. Today we're going to be reacting to Nostalgia Critic's newest video of The Great Mouse Detective. Now, I actually do not know this movie necessarily. I believe, if I remember, it's been a part of his Secret of NIMH series, I believe, which I've been told was a movie series that he really liked. Forgive me if that's a false association, or that's an incorrect association that I shouldn't do. Again, it's just a movie about a cartoon mouse, so... Again, forgive me if that's incorrect, but I'm just doing the best of my knowledge here. But again, I don't know about this movie, so I'm curious to see what it is about and maybe what Nostalgia thinks of it. So, with that being said, let's get on with it. In 3, 2, 1.
Spoke Post. Get your box of awesome today.
When are we gonna unlock the 2 cat characters? There's probably some sort of method to it. Yep, but great to be back with the Nostalgia Critic, guys. Let's go.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy. Remember?
Hey, Doug.
You don't
How's it
have
going?
to. Here's a fun fact. This is one of the earliest movies I saw in the theater.
Really? Okay.
Not that it was the absolute first. I saw a couple before this, but two of my earliest and favorite movie-going experiences are seeing this and An American Tail in 1986.
Right.
The perfect big screen movies to introduce to a kid because they were small characters living in a big world. Allowing you to embrace on the big screen a gigantic universe you recognize but saw from a different point of view. Sometimes it was grand and wonderful, other times pretty damn freaky. It was so much of what I wanted a movie experience to be like, and it helped that it had decent characters and story too.
Yeah.
Based on the book series,
the animation style is great.
It stars a rodent version of Sherlock Holmes because the 80s were really trying to make Holmes a thing again. It was a modest success, but doesn't get talked about as much in terms of Disney animated films, and that's kind of a shame. It has what might be Disney's best pairing of a hero and villain. Two energetic and egocentric geniuses who obsess over destroying the other. Not that there haven't been better Disney heroes or Disney
Sounds
villains,
like the TF2 bosses.
Equally matched arch nemesis, like two sides of the same coin. I really can't think of a duo in this animated library better matched than them.
Oh, I'm excited to see them.
Stylized, intellectual yet action-packed, cute yet dark, tiny yet grand cinematic adventure. And we're gonna look it over here today.
All right.
Over 35 years later, let's take a look at the history
35
of
years old.
Statue. This is The Great Mouse Detective. 80s Disney, where if you said, "That's too dark," your folks said, "That's the world." Opened in London during the late 1800s, where a toy maker named Flabbersham, voiced by Alan Young, gives his daughter Olivia a present.
That's a pretty impressive toy.
You made this just for me?
Wow, you created Rodent Amica just because I turned 5?
Yeah,
Flabbersham
essentially.
is pretty much Skynet producing Barbies, so no surprise, others want his talents for evil means.
Stay in here and don't come out.
Oh.
80s Disney, you little shits.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
G for rude humor here. This is 80s G and all its glory.
Yeah.
So after 4-year-old me was traumatized, we cut to a mouse named Dawson, who just retired from the Queen's Regiment.
I had just arrived in London after lengthy service in Afghanistan.
That hits different.
In Afghanistan?
That's Val Benton voicing him, by the way. And if you're thinking, man, does he sound like the Sultan from Aladdin? Disney thought the same thing and had him replace Douglas Seal as the Sultan in future Aladdin projects.
Really?
Which is funny for such a thin, lanky guy. He played short, pudgy characters quite often.
Oh my. Are you all right, my dear?
He stumbles across Olivia, who says she's searching for the world-renowned detective Basil to help her find her kidnapped father.
We'll find this Basil chap together.
Impressive that
Sunny
the
day
mice
in
have
the
a
snow,
news
too.
system.
Actually, wait, no, there are no day shots in this entire movie at all. God,
Really?
80s Disney was the best. They find Baker Street.
Really? This is all done in an entire night? That's pretty impressive.
Rival as I shall have him.
Oh dear.
We might have a Peter Sellers murder by death situation.
That mouse he looks like a mix between the guy they just showed and a freaking Chuck E. Cheese mouse. What's wrong with his eyes? I probably shouldn't keep this on screen. This is probably gonna be a bit touchy for some people.
Basil,
Oh, that makes it even worse!
Yes, they were gonna go with the glasses with the slanty eyes in them, but Disney said, absolutely not. We don't want him to be confused for a cat. Basil is voiced by Barry Ingham, and he brings an infectious amount of eccentric energy and charm to this character that could easily become annoying, but instantly pulls you into the excitement of whatever he's excited about.
Really?
The deuce did you know I was a doctor?
You've sewn your torn cuff together with a Lambert stitch, which of course only a surgeon uses.
It's also great to see a Disney lead that's full of himself, overly dramatic, and doesn't really change that much by the end.
Really?
Daddy's gone, and I'm all alone.
This is a most inopportune time.
Most Disney leads would have to confront these flaws, or they'd have them be the comic relief. But it's part of what makes him so fun and memorable. We recognize these flaws in ourselves at times, and like that there's a character that not only learned to live with them, but often uses it to his advantage, helping drive himself closer to his goal of catching his nemesis.
The horror of my every waking moment, Professor Rattigan.
Professor Rattigan? So if he's a Sherlock Gnomes parody, wouldn't they have that mouse be a parody of, forgive me if I butcher the name, Moriarty? You know, isn't that the arch nemesis of Sherlock Holmes? Maybe I'm confusing it, but I don't know. I mean, again, not confusing anything.
So evil, his teeth show whenever his name is mentioned. This, of course, leads
I didn't
to
notice
the
that
introduction of
initially.
Ratigan, voiced by Vincent Price. And in my opinion, this is one of the most inseparable animated performances I've ever seen.
Oh,
Really?
By the way, I'm taking the liberty of having your daughter brought here.
Don't get me wrong, there's plenty of great actors that
Oh, yeah,
match
this was
great
pretty good.
animation, and there's a lot to be praised about that. But if you were asked to, you can close your eyes and imagine these actors talking in a recording booth. It's not that
True.
big a stretch. Ratigan's gestures match so well with Price's voice, my mind cannot split the two.
Really?
I would spend many a sleepless night if anything unfortunate were to befall her.
This animation breathes this voice.
Yeah.
You like hearing the music of Sorcerer's Apprentice without thinking of Mickey Mouse. It's damn near
Ah.
impossible. It matches so perfectly.
Oh boy.
Show you how it works. What? Basil on the case? I haven't had a moment's peace of mind. Though frankly, I expected you.
Yeah, it's really well paired.
The only other anime characters I can think of that
Yep.
this
The genie from the
seamlessly are
original
Robin
Aladdin.
Williams as the genie and James Woods as Hades. And
Oh
sure
yeah,
enough, all
love the
these
both of
actors
them.
The animators watched and worked in their movements, slithering into every dragged out whisper and chomping into every emphasized roar.
Oh, how sweet. It must be ready tonight.
I can hear these voices without connecting them to these characters, but I can't see these characters without connecting them to these voices. There's plenty of anime characters that feel alive to me, but these guys just exist on a whole other plane.
And aren't you proud to be a part of it?
On that note, Ratigan is basically the same as Basil, egocentric, brilliant, and overly dramatic.
Right.
He just also happens to be on the side of evil, using the toy maker for an evil plan.
Yeah.
We are about to embark on the most odious, diabolical scheme of my illustrious career.
Oh, so Bill, glad to see you finally landed.
Yeah. I was gonna say, what was that guy?
Seeing how this is one of the few Disney musicals that only has one impromptu musical moment.
So
I'm
he's
glad
like a
to
little
know it's-
salamander among mice?
Come on, widows and orphans were
Dang!
in this G-rated universe. Seeing the competition that came out that same year, you can guess who one of them was.
Yeah.
So Rattigan's a world's greatest rat.
I love that being called a rat in this crime world isn't insulting because someone's a snitch, but because someone's literally a rat.
Yeah.
That's right, a mouse.
I like this design
Oh.
is more rat-like too compared to all the other mice, and again,
Yeah.
kind of an interesting parallel to the competition that also had a villain with rat disguises. Ratigan tosses the drunk naysayer to
Oh.
his pet cat, Felicia.
You're the tops. And that's that.
I couldn't help it. I had to
Oh, boy.
rhyme something with the word that, and it's already in your name. What would you do?
Yeah.
Basil decides to take the case once he finds it, well, serves him, as he questions the motives of his fearful foe.
Question is, what would he want with a toy maker?
I mean, what kind of toys does he make exactly?
No, Doug, no. Don't go down that road.
His henchman, or henchbat named Fidget, is seen outside
Oh.
the house, so Basil chases after him.
Not for long, Miss Flamhammer.
Flaversham.
Whatever.
Yeah, there's a running joke about Basil mispronouncing the last name Flaversham.
Flamhammer.
Flaversham.
Whatever. Miss Flanchester.
Flaversham.
Whatever. Miss Flangerhanger.
whatever.
Which I guess is cute, except for the fact that he clearly pronounces it correctly later.
Dawson! Flaversham!
So he's just dicking around with them most of the time, I guess. Actually, who am I kidding?
That kind of adds some funniness to him. I mean, to what's already there.
Okay, why do Disney houses always have such classy mouse holes?
Yeah, I don't know. Who designed those exactly? like, is that like supposed to be like a secret compartment for something, like in the household? And then just a mouse turns it into a door entrance. There's not even like a latch that it twists on. Or sorry, not a latch. My gosh. Oh my gosh. A hinge, Bob. Oh my. All right. Point. You know what the point is.
There's a good deal of German music on the program.
An actual Sherlock Holmes and Watson.
Fun fact, that actually is Basil Rathbone, arguably
Really?
the most famous Sherlock Holmes, playing Sherlock Holmes. But I am disappointed they didn't get the original actor who played Toby. He delivered that line like a rover. Toby follows the scent of Fidget to a toy shop.
You be good now. We're going to find my father.
Yeah, Olivia's always one yippee away from being obnoxious, but they know when to scale the cute stuff back and give it more of a bite. And the toy shop is kind of unsettling. This toy reminds me they remade Dumbo. And don't you know the new Disney rules? There should be like 11 Disney cameos in this scene, not just one.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Oh.
Fidget kidnaps Olivia. Yeah, for kids in the 80s, quicksand and bags became like our biggest fears. And he manages to escape with her.
Now she's been spirited away by that maniacal little monster.
Basil screams at Dawson for not watching her closely, causing him to feel awful.
It's not entirely hopeless. We'll get her back.
Little character moments like this do add a lot of heart and urgency.
Yeah.
It shows there is a part of Basil that can get out of his own head and legit cares, separating him from his criminal counterpart.
Your charming daughter.
Olivia! One of my favorite theater memories is how hard everybody laughed at this one line.
Oh, my foot, my only foot.
I already have a hard enough time finding Halloween costumes every year.
Okay, that was pretty good. Also, what the heck is the toy maker building?
Once upon a time, there lived a little boy in his 40s. He lived in a scary red room.
A little boy in his 40s. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I'm gonna skip over the ad. No offense to Doug at all. Again, just I can't have ads on my video just yet, so I'm not gonna risk it if that's okay. Okay, and right there, that'll work.
Basil looks over the note that Fidget left behind and hopes to gather some clues from it.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Is he gonna do
This
like
is a minor thing, but I really love that Basil's a cartoon character that mumbles to himself.
Good.
Yeah.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. What am I
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Sounds like me when I play a game by myself. I'm just gonna put that there, and build
But
that.
it wasn't something you saw often. It's a little touch that makes
Oh,
it feel
I like that
more-
also realistic photo.
Reaction could only have been triggered by the paper's extreme saturation with distillation of sodium chloride.
He deduces it came from a pub by the riverfront, so they disguise themselves and sneak into a place called the Rat Trap. Isn't that a great name?
Yeah. I thought they were all mice. Oh.
I'm
Ooh.
always a sucker for smoky places like this where they play poker, throw punches, and toss shit at the stage.
Yeah.
So I guess mer-mice are a thing in this world?
Oh.
That must have been a fun note for the background artist to read. Yeah, hi. I just want to make sure. On page 5, you said draw a... I didn't misread that. Okay,
Yeah.
we put a naked woman in Rescuers. I'm used to these mouse movies being... On that note, I know a % of you watch this scene asking, do I like mice now?
Oh, come on. Doug, you gotta be careful.
Had a hard time. Pun totally intended. Getting this past censors because it was deemed too risque for a G film.
Really?
Again, all the smoking, drinking, on-screen and off-screen deaths were fine,
Yeah.
but this was pushing the limit. They eventually
Well, I mean,
convinced them
that's
by
kind.
saying,
Oh no, that's kind of the weird thing about like censorship is that like, yeah, a lot of that very gory, dark stuff can stay, but weirdly risque stuff is just absolute no. So, I don't know. It's just kind of a weird set of standards.
they're not human, they're mice, so nothing questionable is going on.
Fair
I
en-
think a lot of questioning was going on with people after watching this scene.
Yeah.
I know what mouse hole I wouldn't mind getting stuck in.
Doug, no. No.
Oh,
Oh,
baby, don't be like
why? Why?
How can someone so small slap that hard?
She had a wrench,
They locate
dog.
Fidget just as a brawl breaks out, and they follow him to Radigan's hideout. Radigan has been expecting him, though, and I just love how childish and petty he shows him up here.
Oh, that's
A
funny.
picture of his ass mooning them to drop down as well, which, knowing the internet.
Oh, don't.
Yeah, you can Google that, of course you can.
Of course. Dang
They're
it.
tied to a mousetrap, and Radigan confesses
Oh.
he couldn't decide what execution to give them, so he decides on all of them. God, this villain.
Oh.
The sprightly tune I've recorded especially for you.
I know there's technically only one song that's off the cuff in this, and the others are ones that are planned out. Like, it doesn't need to be musical in order for them to exist. With that said, even the ones that could have just been phoned in are real toe tappers.
Yeah.
Goodbye,
Oh.
so soon.
Ah.
Isn't this a crime?
Legendary composer Henry Mancini did all the music for this.
Oh, for the
He's
Pink
so
Panther.
crazy talented, you'll almost forget that this also has his name on it. Radigan makes his way to Mouse Buckingham Palace. Okay, how do some of these mice civilizations work?
Yeah.
Well, pretty advanced.
I don't know. Is it like in Zootopia where like they have sectioned off areas that the humans don't go to and just have like miniature cities or something? I mean, that's kind of what they did in Zootopia, so maybe, just maybe.
Actually, as the toy maker creates a robot of the queen to appoint Radigan as the new royal council.
Really?
My new royal
Oh, so that's what he was building.
Has the queen's new motor oil perfume gone to her head? Basil feels
Okay, that was weird.
and convinces him he can still save the day. Again, I like it's less about him and his friends getting killed and more about somebody being smarter than him.
Radigan's proved he's more clever than I. He would never have walked into such an obvious trap.
Unless it was set in a leather bar or something. Basil
Yeah.
finally gets an idea because I guess every last gangster
Oh.
was needed to take out the guards. I mean, I don't know, they were pretty easy to take out to me.
Interesting
Nobody's
that they
there
had
to
that
stop it.
style for the
As
mice.
expected, this escape is pretty inventive.
Yeah. Oh. It uses all the traps against each other.
I too don't know how I missed the Mythbusters where they prove that as fact. They get to the palace and stop the queen from getting eaten by Felicia. Aha, so by
Oh, and then the bat got eaten?
Save the queen still makes no sense. They show the robot is a phony and rush Radigan. I kind of love this one goon who's like, well, she's got an umbrella, I got a gun. I lose.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know,
Escapes,
maybe
though,
just
with
doesn't
Olivia
want to
as a
shoot a
hostage.
lady.
Stay where you are, or the girl dies. Hurry, Dawson.
I don't care if she dies. Disney produces kids like a childhood trauma factory.
Oh.
Gather up those balloons.
They follow
I mean, you're not wrong, but
their own
ouch.
balloons. Again, I love how legit inventive this movie is.
Yeah.
Basil and Radigan smash into Big Ben.
And mice on a little ship can hit with that much
I
force?
know I've mentioned this before, but this is the first time an animated film has ever used CGI.
Really?
It looks pretty seamless, making for an appropriately large and rather epic climax.
Yeah.
You really feel the size and weight of these gears, and as Basil continues to use his smarts to get out of trouble, Radigan loses his patience and reveals himself for the monster he really is.
Oh. Starts to turn more and more of a rat.
Beautifully animated, edited
Yeah.
with high adrenaline, and again, pretty intense for a G-rated flick.
Yeah. Oh. He just grows claws.
Jesus. Thank God
Dang.
those women were mice, or this would have been too much for kids. This, though, Frank, can you make it sound more like he's gargling blood every time he's hit?
Oh.
We're 80s Disney. We can't leave the kids unscarred.
Yeah.
Seriously, this is right up there with some of the best action sequences in
Yeah.
any animated Disney film. It's short, but it's effectively put together.
Yeah, and I can always appreciate that. Oh!
Radigan falls.
Oh, that's gotta be
Basil
deafening.
with him, resulting in a pretty decent fake out. It's actually hard to
with his
figure out
little
how he
propeller
would
thing.
survive that. But again, because he kept his cool, he figured an inventive way out. Dawson, don't bring the balloons too close to my propeller.
Oh, no!
No, of course they get back safe, and Basil says goodbye to his friend and client.
Impressive that he could keep balance with the propeller
Getting
staying
her
up.
name right.
I'll never forget you.
Nor are you, Miss
80s Disney.
Dang!
Oh,
I know that's not what he said, but dang.
Come along, Olivia.
Let's go before they realize they never made a Scrooge McDuck joke.
Is this the home of the famous Basil of Baker Street?
Another client enters the home just as Basil announces Dawson is his new partner.
Isn't that right, Doctor?
Yes,
By all means.
Professional or romantic? Yes. And that
Come
was
on,
The
dog.
Great Mouse Detective. Okay, it's no Beauty and the Beast, but
Yeah.
it's still pretty fun and entertaining.
Yeah, that looked really fun to watch.
A lot of that is centered around the hero, the villain, and the animation that brings them to life.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say the other elements of the film are bad by
Yeah.
any means, but they're a bit more what you'd expect with an animated kids film at the time.
To be fair,
These
yeah.
two characters and their joy/obsession with their work and with each other is really what helps it stand out. The slight edge it has with the sometimes mature imagery that never
Yeah.
goes quite too far also adds a welcomed harshness and excitement.
Mm-hmm.
It's just good fun with a smart hero, a smart villain, and a lot of inventive ingenuity.
Yeah.
I hear more and more it's growing a bit of a fan base, and I'm glad to see that. Because if you've checked it out, you know that'd only be elementary.
Yeah. I mean, already,
I'm a nostalgia
I'm
guy,
interested in
remember?
it.
So you don't have to.
Right. Thanks, Doug.
So soon.
Alright, that was actually a pretty fitting end. Okay. That was actually a pretty good-looking film. I mean, with Basil and Radagast, you know, like, considering that how that movie looked and how it was animated, that was really well designed. I mean, again, like, all the elements that were put into it, like what he said about, like, the characters and their obsessions with one another, that was, like, pretty legit, actually. I think one of my favorite parts of that was certainly the animation style. I always loved the classic animation style. It's very reminiscent of, to me, the Robin Hood movie, which I love that one, and I've rewatched it a couple times myself, so, yeah, this one I'd really want to give a chance to, so, that's one of the best things about Doug, is that not only, like, yeah, he's also known for ripping movies apart, but there are times he can make a movie sound very compelling, and he certainly has done for this one. I mean, again, he has an opinion I respect. And again, I respect enough that I can disagree with as well as agree with, so... Yeah, I'm gonna give this movie a try, I think, at one point later today, maybe. If I can find it, that is. But if I can't, then I'll find somewhere. If you guys want me to react to it, let me know. But overall, yeah, this Mouse Detective movie seems really good. Like, the CGI was really impressive, like, compared to the animation. Like, yeah, that's the kind of thing you need to use CGI for, is you gotta use it, like, when it's absolutely necessary, or when you're trying to make things look really different and odd. Kind of like what the Cowardly Dog did. Or just to make it, like, seem more, like, big and, like, serious. Like, like what Demon Slayer did with the Infinity Castle, is that they made all of the different, like, walls 3D, having the 2D characters run around in it. It worked really well, I'll say. Seeing Muzan's castle is pretty freaky, considering, like, how they have to run around in it. But overall, great thing. Great video. You know, if you like my reaction, make sure to like and subscribe to me. Make sure to support Channel Awesome and the Nostalgia Critic. With that being said, I will see you guys later today, because we'll be doing a live stream on Mario Rabbids The Tower of Doom again, and I hope to see you guys there. Bye!